Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're talking about forgiveness. I quickly want us to trash this out, but I'm sure of the fact that some people just see this video and pass, not because they're not interested, but they don't just want to hear anything about forgiveness. I won't lie to you that forgiveness is a real big deal, but it's as simple as you want it to be. I know forgiveness doesn't come that easy. Let's not lie to ourselves. That's the truth. But then, how can we handle it? There are issues and there are occurrences that you just feel, no, this shouldn't have happened and this person shouldn't have done something like this to me. But then, what comes to mind is, can I even forgive this person? You can forgive the person. You can. A lot of time that we don't take the right step, or let me say, we don't give the first approach. The first approach matters a lot. When you heard that this thing happened, or when this person did this thing to you, have you walked up to the person to talk about it? What's so funny about this is that some people offended you unconsciously, and you're not aware of that fact, and what you just do is that I'm not talking to this person again, I don't even want to see this person again, something like that. My point here is that how sure are you the person you are holding something against is even aware of the fact that he or she offended you? This thing busts my head when I hear, oh no, we can't talk, don't even go there, we can't talk again, that's the end of it. And you just get to the other person, and the other person will say, I don't even know I've done anything to this person. Like, this thing happens a lot of time. What's the first approach? How sure are you the other person knows that he or she has done this thing to you? But I want to quickly dish out 5 points as fast as possible. But if I discover this video is getting too long, then probably I'll just take the first 3 points, then I'll address the other 2 maybe on the next video. So I want to quickly talk on forgive and forget, level of maturity, make the first move, the 3 types of sorry, and the last one, don't always claim to be right. Okay, I want to correct this. There's nothing like forgive and forget. I'll start on this note that forgiveness starts with you. Forgiveness is like love. You can't give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. So if you love yourself, you'll be able to extend the love to other people. That is just it. This is why we prolong some matters. You've not even forgiven yourself. So tell me, how do you want to forgive the other person? So most of the time, forgiveness starts with us. You have to forgive this person, which is you, before you go to the other person who has offended you. And that's why the matter will not be prolonged, because you've let it go all by yourself. Then you can go to the other person and talk things out. You need this large heart to accept people's excesses. Oh my God, you need it. Some things that happened to me which has taught me this? People will do something very big, very, very serious, and they'll be like, oh my God, I know I've offended you, and I'll be like, what's that? It's fine. Let's just forget about it. And they'll be like, because they know they can't do it to some other people and they will accept it from them. And sometimes it might be very something small that they now think, oh, this thing won't hurt you, and that would be the thing to hurt you. So that's how it is. But above everything, create this large heart and practice one other thing. When we talk about forgive, from that 4 we can depict before. You get before. So learn to forgive people in advance. I know someone is saying, what's this guy saying? It's not that easy. Yes, I know. Learn to forgive in advance. Learn this sometimes in 2019 actually. When something happened, it broke me down. This person, I've been carrying her along, and at a point, she was kind of ahead, and she left me behind. Let me not lie, I cried. Someone came to me and was like, Esther, do you know why? You trust too much. Because I know that sometimes I've not left enough space for people's excesses. So things get to me a lot, and it tears me down. That's it. Create this large heart towards every people around you, far or near, anywhere, anyhow. Make it a lifestyle. I'll firstly talk on forgive and forget. With that word, we deceive ourselves a lot. There's nothing like forgive and forget. You can't forgive and forget because you're not a robot. You will definitely remember what happened between you both, or maybe you and some group of people, I don't know. But then, you forgive and let go. When you let go, that means the matter is no longer hurting you. You've forgiven the person. Yeah, you're no longer using what happened against the person again. And what happened is no longer having effect on you. You're now good. You're at peace. You are sure of the fact that you've settled and you've rectified everything with this person. That's what we are talking about. But forgiving and forgetting is not magical. No, you will still remember. You might even use that your experience as a lesson to someone else, probably, because that's what I've always done. When people come and be like, I can't forgive this person has done, I let them know someone has done something worse than that to me. And that's part of the story I will tell before I round up this video. A lady who forgave someone who killed her mother right in front of her. Think about that. She can't forget that in a hurry. It's not possible. She will definitely remember. She has forgiven when she chose not to use what has happened then in the past against that person again. Forgiveness is not easy. It doesn't come so easy. You have to make it happen. That's it. Forgiveness is not magical. That's okay, after forgiving this person, just forget that something happened. Someone has done something wrong and you feel so offended, and and you're thinking of, oh no, you're heartbroken, this person has really hurt you, this person, and many things like that. This is it. You already know that this person has offended you. Probably the person is also aware, or the person is not aware. You guys call yourself, sit down, talk about it. Break the talk down. This is what you did which I did not like. This is what you did that was wrong, and many. But the truth of the matter is that most of the time when we call ourselves to order like this, we are not ready to open up. Sometimes I feel it's one person that is talking and the other person is not ready to talk. In this sense, okay, from your own side, what can you say? And from your own side, and the other person be like, I don't have anything to say. Can we just resolve this? If you have something which you are not good with, if you have something which the person has done to you which you're not cool with, then just come out to tell the person, this is how I feel at the moment, you were wrong at this point, and many. But then, I'm still going back to that, but let me mention it. Don't always claim to be right. If really you want an issue to get solved, you have to, at least to some extent, calm yourself down. You have to really calm yourself down. Calm yourself down. Make sure you say what you really have at the back of your mind, what you're not pleased with, what you're not cool with, and many things like that. And make sure you find the root of the matter. That is very, very important, because it's from the root that you can dig out to get it all solved. You understand? So you can't forget. It's not easy like that. It doesn't just happen like we say it. You can't forget. But when you forgive and forget, it means you are not using what that person has done to you against the person anymore. You might see the person, the human in us, can just act funny sometimes. When you see the person, you might still remember what happened between you both, what caused the issue, what caused the fight and everything. But when you forget is when you're not using that same thing against that person again. I feel we get that part. Now, I want to make the first move and level of maturity. I want to put them together. Now, make the first move. This is where the problem comes from a number of times. I was listening to an audio some times ago, and the speaker said something. The speaker said there's sometimes you just wake up and your spirit will just be telling you, or okay, probably you just wake up and what comes to your mind first from your bed is the person you had a clash with the other day. And you'll be like, no, the person did not even come to me to apologize. And your spirit will be telling you, go and apologize to that person. So in your mind, you can't make the first move. Who is moving first? And I feel this is where the problem comes from. One thing I won't do on this channel is that I won't tell you things I can't do or things I don't do. I know how easy forgiveness can be, but then you have to make it happen all by yourself. I know how much it hurts, but then you just have to let go. Who is making the first move? You insisted on the fact that the person is wrong and you're not going first. Why? Sincerely, I can't count times when I've said sorry even when I know I wasn't wrong. Let me tell you that some people are so full of themselves that no matter what you tell them, they're not ready to apologize. They're not even ready to make the first move. They are waiting for you to come, and if you don't come, they won't do anything. I wrote something on my I wrote something on my blog. I wrote on the secret of forgiveness and the extra baggage. I wrote the secret of forgiveness, I guess sometimes around July, August. And I wrote the extra baggage in December, towards the end of the year. I just placed it as maybe you have someone you have a clash with because of the year, and the year is running to an end, that you guys can just make it up to yourself. So let's be sincere with ourselves. It's not easy, but you have to make it happen. It's like adding a big luggage on yourself. It's not that easy. It's an extra baggage. You have your own issues you're dealing with, then you are carrying another person's matter into it. How do you feel peace? How do you feel good? See, I know some things that have happened, things that are beyond here, things that you can't even tell to anyone that this is what this person has done to me, and I'm pained. You just sit the person down and you guys should just trash it out. Talk about it. See, if it comes with crying, cry. If it comes with screaming, scream. But make sure you are just letting it go. Just let it go. I know it's not that easy. I know it's not as easy as I'm saying it. I know. I've been there. But then, you just have to let it go. And make sure you're not using this thing against this person again. I'm taking you back to forgive and forget. When you truly forget, that means you're not using it against the person. You can see the person and relate well like you used to relate. Not like you are feeling like, oh, it was not how it used to be. No, it can be like that. It's about making up and talking about things. And then, I said level of maturity. It's a level of maturity to make the first move. I must be sincere with you. It's a level of maturity. When you think about it, that, okay, let me not mind what people will say. I've been called a fool for this. That why will you believe the first one to go and apologize to the person? She's wrong. You're not allowing her to admit. Admit what? Oh, I know I'm not the one at fault, but it's a level of maturity to make the first move. Let me just go and apologize and let it go. See, don't feel yourself that you're the first person to go and apologize or something. There's nothing to feel about that. Just make sure there's peace and make sure the issue on ground is settled. That's the main. Just to go and resolve everything. Then another thing is, don't always claim to be right. This is where the problem comes from. Someone was telling me something. Person was telling me that I do this thing. I try to explain myself, and that's my own best way of resolving issues. I will let you know how I feel. I will talk my mind. If you don't allow me to talk, that's where the problem can now come in. So, but this person just wants to hear sorry, and to me, sorry comes in different way, and that is why we are coming to the 3 types of sorry. So I'll still come to that. Don't always claim to be right, even if you are right. This other person is already saying, okay, I know I'm at fault, and don't claim to be right at that point. Yes, I told you I'm right. No, you don't need it. You don't need it at that point. Your focus should be how to get it resolved. That should be your focus. If really you want forgiveness to come in. See, people have been through things. See, there's this woman I spoke with one time, and she was telling me things. See, I feel people that, see, I believe I've not even seen 5% of the 100% of things some people have been through. This woman was telling me some things that time, and I'm like, how did you cope? That was the first question I asked her. See, she's doing well, she's fine. She was like, see, forget the look on the face. I've been through lots. There was one issue she shared with me that time. That was last year. Oh, if I share it here, a same person will say she should for no reason forgive that person. I'm telling you. God. People are mean. People are wicked. See, there's wickedness in this world. So I can imagine series of things you are thinking of right now, and you are like, should I really go to this person? Should I really go and apologize to this person? Please make the move. It doesn't kill. It won't kill you. See, don't care what the person says after then that. Do you know some people are so bad? Do you know after everything, they'll go and meet someone and say, I told you she would come. She later came to apologize. So allow them to feel themselves, but you've done your part. I'm telling you, you've done your part. Forgiveness is not easy. I'll ring that again and again. But let this thing go. Let it go. Just try your possible best to talk about it and just solve it out, trash it out, and just forget about it. I know that pain you are feeling right now. If something happened in 2017, I and one other sister was involved. She's a family friend. So I was not telling her that you should just let the issue go. She took this issue so personal. God. I came to my room that night and I slept. The following day, I won't lie to you, I thought about everything. And I was crying. Do you know when you cry and your eyes are tired of crying already? That was how it was. So I was not feeling how that sister was feeling. That to me, I was not feeling it. It was when I sat to think about it that many things was now coming to me. Forgiveness is not that easy. I could recall, and once I can't do something, I just take it to God in prayers. That evening, I just took it to God in prayers, and I was crying, hot tears. I'm just like, give this issue to you. See, I was crying those hot tears out, and I'm like, God, I can't do this thing alone. I forgive this person from the bottom of my heart. Do you know what it is to make that decision? Do you know what it is to say those words, that you forgive someone from the bottom of your heart? And I did not even react like anything happened. I still see that person. I roll well with her, and ladies can even be so funny. Guys really don't have these issues we ladies have. So I think I'm talking to ladies this time around. In fact, I feel a lot of evil before us. Ladies, you're trying. We are trying. We are strong. See, just find all the way you can. Try all your own possible way of getting that matter solved. I won't lie to you. Go and check the extra baggage out on my blog, and go and check the secret of forgiveness. Go and check it. It should be on my blog now because my blog was hacked last week, and we lost the initial server and we have to start afresh. We are growing stronger. We are bouncing back better. So the article should be there by now. Just try your possible best. I know it's not easy, but like I said earlier, I've been there a number of times. That betrayal stuff that happened last December. For the first time in my life, I was talking and I could hear myself shout. I can shout when I can just shout somebody's name and something like that. But I spoke from beginning to the end. I was telling this person how I am feeling, and I was screaming. I was literally screaming. When you are shouting, you can hear you. Let me not be dramatic here, but I know I performed a lot of drama. Someone came to my room and she was like, I don't care what this person has done to you, but I heard you shout for the first time today. When the person came, I was laughing. But that time when I was screaming and shouting, I was close to tears. But then, I just felt I've spoken my mind. I even went back to the person's room to play with the person. That's me for you. Life is that simple. Once I tell you how I feel, I'll just let it go. So now I want to talk about the 3 types of sorry. And that is why this is the main reason why some issues aren't solved in time. Some people, all they want to hear is sorry. Sorry comes in 3 different ways that I personally understand. Someone can say, sorry. That's sorry, I beg. Let me just say sorry and let him or her go. That's one type of sorry. Another type, sorry. Let's just forget this thing. Can this thing just go? And if you say this thing should just go, the other person might not be cool with it. The person might still have something at the back of his or her mind. And another one, which is the last, is sorry. It's a sorry that comes from the heart. It's from the heart, from the bottom of your heart. Like, it's a sincere type of sorry. This person is deeply sorry, and this person realized what he or she has done to you, and this person is trying to apologize. But some of us, we just want to hear sorry. If this sorry is not sincere, if it's not coming from the heart, then it's like rubbish. It's like trash. Do you get? I don't know if you get that. But the sincerity is that, I said something that a friend said I always want to explain, and that's my own best way of doing it. So that person feels like, okay, probably I'm trying to prove myself right. I don't do that. I'll say sorry at the end of everything, but can we just get this solved? And that's the main focus. Long story cut short, the main is make the first move when you should. See, when it is important, when it's not. I've said it. I've said the number of, I can't remember times I've said sorry, even when I'm not wrong. Just for the sake of peace. It's not to fulfill righteousness, but let's be happy together. I don't want this extra baggage. I don't want, see, anything that affects my peace is too expensive for me. I can't pay for it. No. Okay, let me share a story with you before I round up. A single daughter and her mother, they stay alone, you understand, and right in front of her mother died. Thieves broke into their house and they shot the mother, and the mother died. She could pick the face of the person who shot the mother. So, she was broken and she had no one to run to. No help was forthcoming. She has lived all her life alone. She lived all her life all by herself and all of that. You know how painful that can be, actually. So she continued anyways, and years after, she saw this thief, and she could remember that this was a robber who bumped into her house all that time. As far as anything you can think of, I think that was 17 years after. And she walked up to this thief, and she told the thief everything from beginning to the end, and all she had to go through because she lost her mom. Do you know what she said? He said the thief did not deny. He said, I can remember. Because he said she gave the address that you came here this day to kill my mother on this so date. No, he said this guy did not even deny it. Actually, he was a trained person then. And the guy said, can you forgive me? The lady said, no, I can't. This guy just looked around and sought for some people to come and beg this lady, and this lady insisted that she can't forgive him. A few months after, she just made up her mind that she would go and look for the guy. She went it's so funny. She went to look for the guy, actually, and she told the guy that my mom is dead. I can still feel the pain. You hurt me more. She's gone. She doesn't know what's going on, but I can still feel the pain. But from the bottom of my heart, I forgive you. This guy lied prostrate to thank this lady and everything. But then she said, I smiled and I hugged him because I told him I forgive him from a sincere heart. I did it because I'm willing to do it. Nobody begged her to do it. I'm telling you, she lost her mother. Her mother. Do you know what it means when someone's mom dies right in front of the person? Oh no. That's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. No, she took a bold step. I'm telling you. In that audio I spoke about earlier, the speaker said something. It said sometimes God gives your best gift to your worst enemy. That thing is so true. It has happened to me before. I don't joke with my dreams. So there was a time I dreamt that I gave something to someone who did something very bad to me. And I already made it up to the lady and we are cool. But I feel she was giving me this space. She's someone that will see me coming like this and she'll pass this way. It was that serious. So she's feeling guilty. There's this guilt she was feeling and everything. So I just saw myself, I gave her that gift in the dream, and I woke up in the morning. I just felt, I can't give her that thing. This thing I'm talking about is not even something cheap. It's very expensive. It's very, very expensive, and I'm like, oh, this thing is so there. And see, I was not myself till I went to give her that thing. What I gave her that day was more than going to her to reconcile that. Please stop running away from me. I discovered that thing brought this bond. See, most of the time, the things that happens to us in dreams and everything, we take it for granted, but it's very important. I did this thing real life, and I know it really settled a lot of things. A lot of what I gave her that day went a long way. So that's just how it is. I know it's not easy to forgive and forget. I can say that again and again, but then the truth be told, no matter how it hurts, you still have to let go. You have to forgive so you can move on, so you can enjoy your own peace. That's it. Let me just tell you this, that there's no time. Time is not on our side. Go to this person and apologize. Tell this person you're not good with this. Tell this person you're not cool with this. And just get it solved. Get it settled. And live your normal life. If you have a question, you can drop your question in the comment box. If you have a contribution, you can drop it there too. And if there's something you don't understand in this video, you can also drop it in the comment box. Like the video, subscribe. And don't forget to share. Have a good day.